So this is the perfect storm sending silver prices surging. So you can see, of course, the silver is outpacing the US dollar, but it's even outpacing the S&P 500 in the last 6 months by over 20%. So in the last 5 months, silver was the best asset to get into in the world. And we even got CNN and Fox agreeing on something. I didn't think it would happen. But here we have silver prices poised to outshine gold. Silver has surged 94% since bottoming in March. And silver price outshines gold to hit 7-year high. Now, Kiyosaki talks about this all the time. Here's the problem with our education system, which I'm a part of, and I'm trying to change it. But this is what our society, our culture, everything around us tells us to be on the left side of this. Tells us to give up our time to make dollars. And when we do that, what we're doing is trading our time for money. But even worse is the tax implications. Our tax code is meant to screw anyone on the left. If you are employed or you're self-employed, the tax system is set up to screw you, okay? This is why Amazon doesn't pay taxes. This is why Donald Trump doesn't pay taxes, okay? Because they are business owners and investors. Now, if you have millions of dollars, yeah, this is a lot easier to do. But with Quicksilver, this is giving anyone out there for $10 a month a chance to become a business owner, a chance to get a home-based business with all the tax incentives, to start writing off your cell phone, your heat, your water, your garbage, your internet, and lots of other things. Again, I'm not a tax accountant, but I do all these. I tell my accountant, here's what's going on. I got to keep some records, but all this stuff he's writing off. That means I'm not paying taxes on it. Whereas when you go and get your job at your factory, your office, you don't get those tax breaks, those tax loopholes. So if you want to work your whole life and get screwed on taxes, you want to stay to the left, okay? If you want to have residual income, have passive income, allow your money to work for you, to get the tax benefits, to use those loopholes, you need to move yourself to the right. And Quicksilver offers us a super easy, affordable way to do this. So we're going to do a quick history of silver. I'm going to breeze through this a little bit quicker just because I've already covered it, but I think you guys will still get the point. I think silver has been manipulated and suppressed for over 125 years. This goes back to the election of 1896, where the main, I mean, think about who knows even what we're talking about this election cycle with everything going on. Back then, people were actually fighting. The big fight of the day was gold or silver, or do we want to have a bimetal, meaning both of them? And that was the whole election. So William Jennings Bryan was the Democrat and the Reform Party, and his argument was only the rich people, the elites in the Northeast, the old money, the banking sector want gold. And the rest of the country that makes everything, that farms everything, wants silver. And if we allow them to kill silver, then we're all screwed. And he gave a famous speech about the Golden Cross, about how we shouldn't be crucified on a golden cross. Back then, he wanted silver to be traded at 16-1. Well, when this happens, how important was it to get silver out of people's hands? It was so important that the election of 1896 is by far the most expensive percentage of GDP presidential election of all time, because that big money wanted to get silver out of the hands of the common man, because they wanted to restrict that, what they had to control with the money supply. And of course they won. Jennings Bryan loses that, McKinley wins. So who are the winners? The cities, the banks, the corporations, the creditors, gold, big business, and the elite. Who are the losers? The common man, rural America, farmers, miners, debtors, and of course, silver. Hey, what's up, Yolanda? Thanks for jumping on. Now, if you've been in gold and silver for a little bit, you've probably seen this before. This is just a quick history of money. So once they get silver out in 1896, they introduced the Federal Reserve in 1913. So this big thing you see here where the dollar goes from $1 to 50 cents, that was World War I. Okay, they printed so much money compared to what it had done before. The dollar lost half of its value just within 7 years of the Fed being created. Right here is like your roaring 20s through here. And then actually deflation happens and the price of the dollar goes up during the Great Depression. This is when FDR has an executive order to make it illegal to hold gold because they couldn't manipulate the currency like they wanted to if people actually held gold, so they made it illegal. After World War II, we have what's called the Bretton Woods Agreement. That's where we didn't really have a gold standard, but foreign countries could trade dollars for gold. So the common man couldn't, but we were basically just throwing money out the window to other countries, and we said, hey, use our dollars for now. They're as good as gold if you trade them in for us. So that lasted about 40 years, and then in 71, Nixon closes the gold window. Ever since this time, our dollar is a complete fiat, which means by decree, backed by nothing, paper money, okay? The only difference is you can use it to pay your taxes, and people believe it's worth something. That's the difference between that and monopoly money. So here we are today. I believe in 2020, I think we're down to about 3 cents. This was in 2013, it was at 5 cents. So the Federal Reserve has essentially destroyed the value of our dollar in the last 100 years, and now they're just going completely crazy with what they're doing. Kiyosaki talks about this all the time, is that savers are losers. I'm not saying you don't ever have any cash, but if you are saving like tens of thousands of dollars in cash dollars, you are losing probably 4 to 9% a year due to inflation. They say it's around 2%, the Fed does, but they kind of manipulate the numbers. The real inflation rate's about 4 to 9%. So this is why you need to diversify your assets into multiple things, and I think silver is one of the best ones to get into. Let me bring up the chat here really quick, just in case someone's typing something and I can see it. No, that's not it. Where did it go? There we go. Okay, thank you. Yes, Tracy, great to have you here. Yolanda, welcome. Trice. All right, so I got the chat now. So if you guys do type something, I will see it. I'll look every now and then if someone's got a question or wants to add something. Okay, I don't think I need that now. Can you guys still see the screen now? I just want to make sure. All right. If you can't see it, okay, yes, thank you. So here's the thing that most people don't know, and they don't teach this in school unless I'm your teacher, probably. The dollar is not money. The dollar is currency, okay? It has money needs 7 things. The dollar has 6 of them. Gold and silver have all 7. The dollar is not a store of value, right? We can go back to here. We can see the dollar is not a store of value. The dollar is meant to be spent, and it's really good at that. And there's a way to leverage that using good credit that Kiyosaki talks about, okay? But to hold on to dollars, frankly, is insanity. I mean, maybe some people are uneducated, but again, a lot of it's just the way people were taught. My parents are in their 60s, and they just hold dollars. And I try to teach them, but again, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So the big thing that people don't know, whether they're Republicans, Democrats, independents, and politicians love this, is inflation is the worst tax of all time. One of my favorite politicians that woke me up about a decade ago was Ron Paul. His quote is, "The most sinister of all taxes is the inflation tax, and it is the most regressive. It hits the poor and the middle class. When you destroy a currency by creating money out of thin air to pay the bills, the value of the dollar goes down, and people get hit with a higher cost of living. It's the middle class that's being wiped out. It is most evil of all taxes. And the politicians love this because there doesn't have to be a vote. They can say, I didn't raise taxes. But every time we have these spending bills or the Fed prints another $1 trillion, or they do what's called the overnight lending, where the Fed just gives money to banks. Every time that happens, the middle class, and especially those on fixed incomes, are being screwed, and almost no one even knows about it. Almost no political people bring it up on talk shows or news shows, and it just happens, and people don't even know it's happening. This is no inflation. This is the silver price with no inflation. So nothing too parabolic, but when you factor in inflation, you see a lot more huge spikes because the dollar is losing so much value. This is the gold to silver ratio. We're going to be talking about this a little bit. Now, out of the ground, for about 1 ounce of silver, you can get 19 ounces. I'm sorry, for 1 ounce of gold, you can get 19 ounces of silver. That's how, when it comes out of the ground, that's it. But the gold to silver ratio for the last little bit has been over 100. So does that make sense to anyone? You pull it out of the ground 18 to 1, but it's selling at like 1 to 120. And we're going to see what it is now. But I think governments and central banks have been actively meddling in the price values of silver and gold. The historical ratio is about 15 to 1. So let's see where we're at today. So look at what's just happened just from last week, because I updated this slide. Last week, it was 93 ounces to 1 ounce of gold. This week, just a week later, it's 82.8 ounces of silver. So think about, I know we got a lot of Karatbars people here and people that are stacking gold too. So you got to start to think here, as much as I know you guys love gold, silver and everything we're seeing is a way better play now. Big Sweer, the guy that I listen to, said he's been telling people for this whole year, he said you should take all your silver or all your gold and swap it into silver, because that's where the big movement's going to be. So imagine how much somebody could have made trading in their gold to silver, and then if they want to swap it out later, they can. But just in a week, we've had a change of about 10 ounces in the gold to silver ratio. And I think that's going to keep going. You can see right here, basically this little last bit here of going down was just last week that happened. This is another amazing thing I never really knew about silver until I started putting this presentation together, is almost all the gold ever mined is still in existence today. Gold has very few uses. It's mostly just a store of value. Whereas silver has vast uses in almost everything we use today, and it's put in there in such small increments that most of the time it gets thrown away or sent to a dump and we never use it again. So almost all the silver we're bringing up is used, whereas gold is just kept and hoarded. So we're looking at 125 years of manipulation. The DOJ is filing a case against Chase and a couple other banks, but basically they're saying their metals desk was just a criminal enterprise because they were just rigging the price of silver. So I got a short clip here. This is Big Sweer, the guy that I get a lot of my silver information from. So he's going to explain to you guys how fake this trading is that's going on the COMEX. Again, there's one place in the entire world silver is traded. It's called the COMEX. That's it. So all you have to do is rig this one exchange, and that's what covers the silver price all over the world. So he makes a big thing is that the silver price doesn't even matter, okay? Yes, we like it when it goes up. But the point is, the long game is, we know silver is so undervalued, it's insane. So watch this clip and he'll explain how this is just crazy.
I want to show you something. This is the volume. I was freaking out yesterday from the day before's volume. Look what happened here on the volume of the COMEX yesterday. 250,000 contracts representing 1.2 1,250,000 electronic ounces of silver were bought and sold yesterday. Pure, unadulterated fraud. How do you know? Look at the open interest. The open interest did not move. The open interest went down 385 contracts. 385 divided by the 1.25 billion contracts that were traded in the day is 99.97% of the contracts didn't mean dick. Didn't mean squat diddly. Pure, unadulterated fraud in the CME COMEX contract. Again, I hope everybody understands that the COMEX means nothing. The price of silver means nothing. It is fake. They are going to.
So he goes on there. So the main reason I showed you that is just so you guys understand, we are in the right position now. Those of us who are stacking silver. We have 125 years of silver price manipulation that is about to be let go. And what they do is they trade these paper contracts back and forth with each other. And there's all documentation. They have all the emails, all the text messages of them going back and forth about how they're just going to play with the price to screw people like us. And it's finally going to come to an end, I hope, because they kind of just can't keep up the game anymore. Now, silver's the indisputable metal. So we're going to talk really quick about its usefulness. I'm going to go through a little bit quicker than last time, hopefully. The point here is because of its properties, silver is used in almost everything in our modern world, and its value and use keeps going up. So here is the industrial demand for silver, and it is hitting record highs. And this is even when we're in this, COVID downturn where people aren't buying as much stuff, they're not going out, and we still have soaring silver demand. Imagine what happens when the economy comes back and we open things up. I mean, medicine, engines, solar panels, electronics, photography, computers, cell phones, water purification, jewelry, silverware, antibacterial. I take colloidal silver every day for my health, 3D printing, stained glass, batteries, dental, cloud seeding. I've also heard it's in 5G. I know some people don't like 5G. I'm not really sure if it's good or bad. But anyways, if 5G takes off, they're using silver and all those things that produce 5G. So again, not only will people want it for real value, not only will people want it to actually collect, but we have to have silver to live in a modern world. Now this is another one where it just blows my mind, okay? Here we have the gold price and gold holdings. So you see, they pretty much track each other perfectly, which of course makes sense because the more people that get gold, typically the price of gold will go up. Well, let's look at silver. What happens with silver is, here's the millions of ounces of silver that keeps going up and keeps going up and keeps going up. What is this price doing, right? The price of silver with the quantity of people getting silver makes absolutely no sense. And so this is the slingshot that I see those of us who are stacking silver are really going to appreciate here. Now I just put this together because someone in Quicksilver Facebook group asked today, someone asked about why is the spot price more than the actual, physical silver price? So here's why. The best price for gold and silver is in a free market, allows for the physical products, not what a regulated future market allows. That's what Big Swear was talking about with those open contracts and how they traded a bunch of silver back and forth to fix the price, but the interest actually went down. So spot price is the current price for a very large amount of a commodity as traded on a commodity exchange before commission and delivery. So if you talk to somebody and they say, hey, the spot price of silver is $23 now. Why is Quicksilver charging $27 for a coin? Let me get why are they charging $27 for a silver coin? Well, again, that's paper silver. They're just trading futures contracts back and forth. You have to, do something with the silver. You got to mint it. You got to ship it. Everyone along the way has got to make their little profit. Now, silver, especially back in March when, there was a shortage, there was a huge silver spread. Silver, the paper silver was $13, but I think at Quicksilver, we got it for 20, which was amazing. Most places you couldn't even find it. JM Bullion sold out. Every other place you went to was sold out of silver. So they say that gold is usually a 5% premium, and sometimes the silver price is about 10% above spot. Now, I don't think we pay that much at Quicksilver, but if you just go to kind of random places, that's probably what you're going to end up paying. One thing I wanted to talk about is just show you guys a couple different types of coins. So this is a junk silver, and this is a 1964 actual quarter from the US government. So that is the last year. So I think this quarter is worth about $5 of silver. I might have to check that again, but this is the last year you could get silver in a real quarter. This is what's called a numismatic coin. So that's an MS-70. That means it's a perfect grade. It's been in this case. NGC is like the grading. So this is almost like, think of it as like a really expensive sports card that somebody got framed and certified and stuff. That's a whole different level that you really need to know what you're doing, or you could get screwed. Another reason why I love silver is you can get stuff that's like collectible stuff. So if people are into Queen, or like I buy my kids Deadpool and Black Panther silver, and they love that. This is one of my favorite pieces. I won this. It's my second month with Quicksilver. I won this for coming in third place in a contest. So this is like a Chinese coin. It has the Great Wall. And then on the back side is the American and Chinese version of a unicorn. I think, now this one is a, this one is an MS-70, but it's going for 95 bucks on eBay. So mine wouldn't be as much because it's not an MS-70, but it's preserved nicely. This is another cool thing. I'm going to try to get people at Quicksilver to start doing this. I watched this YouTube video about why I carry pocket silver, and I just started doing that. So I'm just carrying around an old round. So this is a round. It's not like from a mint. This is one of the silver coins I got for free from Quicksilver in March. I think I got about 20 ounces of silver. So I'm going to carry this in my pocket everywhere I go from now on. And he said one of the three reasons he did is, number one, he likes to look at it. It gives you something to kind of do and play with. I want to get to where I can do that one thing the guy on Batman does, where you flip it the quarter all over. The second one is to start conversations, right? And again, maybe you're not that person who likes, and I don't recommend blasting people's email, message inboxes and stuff and forcing yourself on them. But again, everything's about culture, okay? Make silver cool again. Make people understand real history where people would fight and go to wars and able to keep something like silver being used. So start that conversations about, oh yeah, it's great. I get silver delivered my door every week. Did you hear it just went up 95%? Most people have no clue what's going on with silver. So again, that's a great conversation piece. The third one is motivation to stack money, not currency. And so he talks about how when he carries that silver coin around, it reminds him, you know what, I'm winning. I didn't take that money and go out to the club or buy some new J's or buy a new purse, right? I was smart. I did what the rich do, and I bought a physical asset that appreciates in value. So I'm going to challenge you guys and get with Ira and Zach and really start pushing of, take one coin. Don't make it, your fancy collector's coin in case you lose it or something. And I also thought if you do get in trouble, maybe you lose your wallet or something, you might not be able to buy something, but I bet you could barter with somebody, that if you gave them the silver coin and you needed a ride or some gas, you could kind of have it there. So if you're not sold on silver right now, I don't know what you're doing here. But to me, I love it. I think even having it near you and having it on you is kind of like creates some sort of energy, like tying you to the earth, because it's such a chemical with such amazing properties. So why Quicksilver? Auto save wealth and silver. You don't have to remember to go and get it. Okay, it's going to come to you automatically. You get your own silver business with the website. You can get quality and rare coins direct from the mints. I'm still waiting for my silver bullet. I was hoping I'd have it here today. Tax write-offs for your business. Guys, if you don't have a home-based business right now, you're literally just throwing money out the window. Like, you might as well just take your dollars and light them on fire, okay? Whoever does your taxes, don't pay for them to get done, and ask them about a home-based business and everything that you can write off for it. It's crazy. Computers, advertisements, cell phones, again, your internet, everything you spend in your house, you can deduct a certain percentage. We got a marketing system. We got a compensation plan where you can earn up to $10,000 a month. We're feeding starving children all around the world every time we buy silver. We got contests, Flippin' Friday, and giveaways, quick and friendly customer service, trusted owners that are actually hands-on. They live in Florida. That's where the silver shipped from. And then there's also, for Europe, they ship it out of the UK. This is it, guys, okay? It's such an easy business. That's why I love it. It's not complicated. There's not some crazy, all this stuff for people to remember. You can be a wealth ambassador or a preferred customer. A preferred customer just means you get member pricing. There's no membership fees, no long-term commitment. So if those people still have kind of that poor mindset and they're like, I can't do a business, I don't want to talk to people. Okay, just be a customer. You're still going to profit on that. They won't, but you'll still make money when they buy silver. Now, if you're ready to actually earn residual income and start making it where you don't have to work and stop trading your time for money, for $10 a month, you become a wealth ambassador. I have never seen any other business so cheap that is actually with a real asset. You can change it anytime. There's no long-term commitments. Refer to people and help them do the same and repeat it. It's that simple. Now, when it comes to selling, a lot of that's going to be based on the law of attraction of how do you present yourself? Do people want to be around you? Do they see silver as fun? If they don't see you like enjoying silver and loving collecting it and enjoying it, they're not going to want to join you. I think that's what a lot of business and network marketing comes down to, and really everything in life is the law of attraction and manifestation. And I even think this ties in with Christianity or spirituality from whatever background you might come from. The number of times, in the Bible that Jesus talks about that we can do anything in his name. If you call on me, I'll do anything for you. If you have a faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. So I think this has a lot to do with manifestation and the law of attraction that will help you a lot in this business, whether you're new or you're struggling or you're just getting going, is start manifesting that stuff. Start setting goals that you want to get done in Quicksilver. And it might just be the number of silver you can stack. And we'll talk about how you become a asset millionaire. So right now we are waiving the $20 to get started with your business. So it's free. You're just paying the $10 a month for the wealth platform. So you get your business management area, your own website, your e-commerce store, and then the customer support. Now, this is probably different now. Actually, I was even thinking about checking it out. So let's see what we're charging now. And that's going to show us the premium we're paying. So we know the spot price is just under $23. Let's see if it's on here. Maybe I can't find it. All right, so right now, $26.97. So we have the spot price is $23, so it's about $4 more. So that's the premium you're paying from the spot price to the actual physical silver price, which is very competitive. I've done a lot of comparing Quicksilver to JM Bullion, and we're always a little bit cheaper than any other standard places. So again, even if people don't want to be business owners or wealth ambassadors, if anyone's buying silver, why wouldn't they just buy it from you? If you have a personal relationship with them. And you can use your credit card. There's no extra fee. You go to those other websites, they're going to charge you extra if you use a credit card. And I like to get like points or free crypto on my credit cards or debit cards. So we got 4 ways to earn. 4, not 3. All right, the first way is your customer acquisition bonus, or your CAB. So you will be paid $1 for each Auto Wealth coin they purchase. And this is new people only. So this is just to help you get a little extra bonus when you sign up a new person. The second one is the challenge bonus. You guys want to get, it's right here. You guys want to get, if you are joining Quicksilver, you want to get the challenge bonus because it will pay you for life, okay? If you buy the case, it's usually about $150, but sometimes it's on sale for $120, and it comes with a bunch of cool stuff with it. If you buy that, you will lock in double challenge bonuses for life. What that means is if anyone buys one of these directly from you, you get $40 instead of $20. And if anyone that you bring in sells one to anyone, you get $10 instead of $5. So if you are serious at all about this business and you really want to be a collector and display your silver and store it the right way, I strongly, strongly recommend getting that challenge bonus. Now, the bonus is just for you to help feed starving children. Like it's like you could technically get this and then like not get the silver coins and no one's gonna like tell you and cut you down and be like, you didn't finish the challenge bonus, okay? So once you get your 16 coins, they want you to take a picture. You can send it to them private if you don't want it to be public, but they just put it in the corporate Facebook so then they know you did it, and then they send that extra 16 meals to starving children. So it's just a fun thing we do here at Quicksilver to kind of really get people, launch their business, take pride in collecting your silver, do it the right way. It comes with gloves and plastic stuff, and there's like an iPhone bracelet charging thing too. So I can't speak highly enough of that. Third one, direct commissions. If anyone goes to your website and buys any silver, you get paid. It varies a little bit, usually $1 or $2 per coin. Now this is where the big money comes in. These are the wealth cycles, okay? So it's a binary structure. That means you have 2 teams, your left and your right. You want to start by referring 2 on Auto Wealth Delivery and then help them do the same. You get 40 points for challenge packs. Each Auto Wealth coin is 10 points. So you earn a $10 wealth cycle from every 100 left and 100 right team points that accumulate. So this could be from 1 person that orders 10 coins or 10 people that order 1 coin. The points never flush or go away. They're there forever until you get enough points on both sides to get paid out. But this is really where the majority of your money is going to come from and why you want to get signed up as quickly as possible. When I signed up for this in August, I knew it was a long-term thing, but that enough people would eventually end up coming, and that's why I positioned myself early and why I'm winning today, because I saw the long-term potential. I always say this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a change your entire family tree and future scheme. All right? We're talking about a generational wealth shift here. And the question is are you going to do that? Do you have that rich dad mindset? Or are you going to keep that poor dad mindset of, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, this happened, that happened. That's up to you guys to make those decisions. Wealth cycles are paid out every business day. So again, you will get paid quickly here in Quicksilver. Typically, it goes the next day at 3 o'clock. So as these wealth cycles line up, that's where you earn your money. So this is a breakdown of how much money can you make depending on how many wealth cycles you're at. As you get more personal referred points, which is right here, your PRP, that moves you up levels to get more wealth cycles. So I'm happy to say I hit level 13 last week. So it means I've had 2,000 personal referred points in my lifetime. And that means I can get 40 well cycles a month. So I should I'm very close right now. Well, actually, I am, getting close to $1,000 a month in residual income, but it's, it depends on, who's buying some stuff. But this is just a good breakdown of the potential here. And again, it's taken me 9 months to get to 13. We have one guy who's already at level 21 in 4 months. But I mean, he's been a marketer for a while. But there's nothing special about us, right? We just talk about silver and people hear about it and they want to join because, they either like us or because they want silver. We're not doing anything crazy out here to get people signed up. Again, the awesome thing is we're doing the Save Silver, Save Someone. I've actually checked out this charity. They're legit. They spend 91% of their donations on actual food, so very low overhead. Now, I updated this from last week. So this is a real, what your back office could look like when you get paid. So this is in 4 days, from 7/20 to 7/24. So look at how many challenge bonus overrides there are. And why I was I know one person here. I know Jason, because I know he signed up Mike, who's under me. I don't know who Nolene is. I don't know Harley. I don't know Lester. I don't know Sheila. I don't know John. But because I bought the challenge pack and someone brought them in and they bought the challenge pack, I'm getting paid $10 forever. All right. We got some wealth cycles here. And then we have some people just buying random coins where I got $1. So, 10, 20, 30, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. So over $130 in 4 days doing nothing. It doesn't get any better than this, guys. Now, will that take time and some work in the beginning? Of course. Nothing's free, nothing's easy. That's why it's worth it. The other thing that works really well is the marketing system. It's only $7.77 a month, and using that free silver bar as your hook. So if it's just an advertisement of oh my gosh, did you see silver went up 85%? I got a way you guys can earn some free silver, and then that gets them into the marketing system. This is all done for you. I'll show you an example of what it looks like. When you sign up, you will get a 7-day free trial. So I would get used to the system, learn how it works, and then when you're ready to kind of hit the ground running, sign up and get your 7-day free trial so you can see how it works. And you need something like this, especially if you're new, because in marketing, there's something called the rule of 7. And people typically need to see your business opportunity 7 times before they will say yes. So that's where this marketing system comes into place. Once they sign up to get that free bar of silver, they're put into an autoresponder with really well-written emails. So these emails are going to go out on, on day 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and they're all right there written down. So this is doing the marketing for you. So I think it's well worth it. They do contests where they give this away for free too. I think in March, I sold enough silver to where I qualified for the free marketing system for life. Their contests are amazing. We're almost done here. Here's some good things to know. Commissions are paid out the next business day after 3. So today's Sunday. So let's say on Friday, I signed someone up or they bought something. I will typically get paid for that Monday at 3. So it's the next day around 3 is when you get paid. If you ever need help, email support@quicksilver.me. They have amazing customer support. Keith and Chrissy are amazing. I've interviewed them. I talk to them fairly regularly. They have been in network marketing for 20 or 30 years. They started this business because they saw so many other gold and silver companies that weren't good, and they wanted to start one that they could believe in and could run. Like I said, they ship from Florida. So if you're in the US, depending on where you're at in location of Florida, is how long it will take. But as many of you know, post office is a disaster right now. But before this COVID thing, I was getting silver in 2 days, 3 days tops. Now, when you get paid and you make your commissions, you can use that to buy your silver every month, or they can use Zelle to send it to your bank account in a day. There's a $3 fee for that. So I actually, lately, because I want to get my crypto when I spend money, I typically just get it sent to my bank account, and then I use my credit card, or I actually use my MCO Visa debit card to get free crypto when I buy my silver. Same thing for your $10 business. Once you get about 2 people signed up, your business is free. And they'll just use the commissions from that to pay for your $10 a month. Signing up for just one wealth ambassador qualifies you for the Wealth Cycles binary. So you should want to get 2 people, but technically if you just get 1 person signed up under you, then you can start getting the wealth cycles. Oh, and these are the countries they ship to. And they probably won't be expanding much because a lot of the African and South American countries are just too, third world. They can't make sure the silver will get there delivered because there's so much corruption and stuff. But those are the ones we have now. Now, Zach and Ira put this together, and I thought it was amazing. They talked about becoming an asset millionaire. And so when they did this, you needed 268 ounces. So Zach, did a lot of posts about how 268 ounces of silver makes you an asset millionaire. So I'm going to show you guys the actual math of this and how much it's changed just since he did this in early July. So this comes from the US debt clock. So this is today. I just ran these numbers. So you can see how it changed. Right here we have $3,959 to silver ratio, 395, almost $4,000 per ounce. Before it was 374. So you can see right there in less than a month how much dollars have been printed. So here's how you figure that out. Silver's $22.81 per ounce. You take $1 million, okay? Again, because you're an asset millionaire. So $1 million divided by 959 is 252. 252 times 2281 is 5,761. So you need 252 ounces of silver to be an asset millionaire. That's changed since then. So it was 268, now it's 252, but it costs more dollars. Did you notice that? Now it costs $5,761 to become an asset millionaire, but you only need 252 ounces of silver, whereas before you needed 268, but less money. So Zach did this like in early July. So in about 2 weeks, just huge differences if you're stacking silver. If you're stacking gold, you're just losing value all the time. Now, if you want to become an asset millionaire using gold, what does that look like? Well, again, gold's changed. It was 31,049. Now it's 32,838. So if we take $1 million divided by 32,838, we get 30.45. So you need 30 ounces of silver to be an asset millionaire. But because gold's 1902, you would need $57,000 to be an asset millionaire. So which one do you want to do right now? Which one makes the most sense in this time? Spend $5,000, $5,700 to become a silver asset millionaire, or spend $57,000 to become a asset gold millionaire. I'll let you guys do the math, but to me it's pretty simple. And this is because of that gold to silver ratio being so out of whack, like we talked about at the beginning. It's because the silver price, I think, is a lot more heavily manipulated and held down. Yes, Yolanda's exactly right. She says silver makes more sense now. I couldn't agree. We're not here to bash gold, okay? Gold is great, don't get me wrong, but really gold is just a store of value used by central banks. Whereas silver is, they call it the poor man's gold, but really it's the smart gold now. It's the smart move that smart people are making because it makes so much more sense. And if this asset millionaire doesn't make it crystal clear to anyone, then I don't think we can help you. All right, so the choice is yours, guys. Manifest what you want, get with who invited you here, join and buy the challenge pack, start transferring your declining dollars that are liabilities to appreciating assets. It couldn't be any more simpler, and then we help others do the same.